let's talk about the delivery. So for the whole 9 months that I'm pregnant, I had prayed, I had focused on having a natural vaginal birth. I was trying to make sure I was doing my Kegels, that hold it 1, 2, 3, release 3, 4, 5, release. I was doing all these things, right? And just really wanting to have a natural process, you know, created a birthing plan about how I wanted everything to go, like, was gonna do it. I ended up having a cesarean. And you know, let me tell you what happened. So I went to go get induced at 39 weeks and like 4 days. And so part of getting induced, they are going to ripen your cervix. So yeah, so they put this like gel or something to ripen your cervix, and then they wait like, you know, up to 12 hours or so. Then they actually give you that Pitocin to get your contractions. Well, for me, they put the gel on there, and which was very uncomfortable, like sticking their fingers all the way to your cervix. That was very uncomfortable, but I tried to push through. And so, but unfortunately, like within a couple of hours, I started contracting. It had gotten so bad to the point where they gave me some fentanyl, medical grade fentanyl, to help with the pain, and that helped for like an hour. Then it went away, and it came back with a vengeance. Well, in the process of all of these contractions that I'm having, AC Poo, my baby, his heart rate kept dropping, and I knew that something was kind of maybe wrong when after that last hour of the fentanyl, I went ahead and got an epidural, because I was like, you know what, forget it, I just can't use my legs, give me the epidural, because I was cramping so bad. So originally my birthing plan, I did not want an epidural yet. I wanted to wait till I'm ready to have the baby. But when I tell you these contractions, like, they had me on a monitor, my stuff was consistently spiking. It was very, very painful. So they were like, you know, when you get epidural, you can't use your legs, where you lose. I'm like, you know, forget it, whatever, do it. Well, they gave me the epidural, and I knew something was wrong because I didn't feel nothing anymore. Like, I was like, pain free. But the nurse that was working on me, shout out to her, because I know I might have been kind of like a B word. Anyway, she kept aggressively trying to search the heartbeat, and I realized, like, because, you know, when you're plugged up, the baby's heartbeat is plugged up too. And I'm like, she's not hearing it. Then I see all of these nurses come in. It first was 1, then it was 2, then it was 4, then it was 7, and I'm like, okay. And the epidural doctor's still there. Shad knocked out. He's starting to kind of wake up. And, you know, I said, they give me something in my arm. She's like, oh, we're just trying to help stop the contractions because the baby's in distress. They had to give me medicine to stop my contractions. And then they called my doctor, Dr. Gates. So things calmed down for a second, but then I saw them come back in there again. There's not a baby heartbeat. They give me another to stop my contractions, another medicine to stop the contractions. I couldn't stop contracting, and it kept on. My contractions were causing his heart to stop. And so next thing I know, Dr. Gates is there. It's like 3:30 in the morning, and she's like, so you and baby aren't laboring well. He seems to be in distress. Every time you have contractions, you're having your contractions back to back. And I hadn't even dilated a lot, like barely. I think I made only a centimeter or 2 centimeters. So I'm contracting. My little hole has not opened, and my baby's heart is dropping. She's like, so I really think we should do a cesarean. We should go do a C-section. She said, or, you know, we can keep trying. I said, nope. You say his heartbeat dropping, this pain, like, just knock it out. I don't really have pain like that, but just to hear that his heart is dropping, and I see everybody, y'all giving me stuff to stop contractions. Let's do the C-section. So in that moment, they go ahead and start prepping me for surgery to do the C-section. As I'm waiting to get prepped, you know, I went through the feelings of sadness because I'm not going to have him vaginally. I was worried if I was still going to be able to do skin to skin. And I was like, oh my God, a C-section. It's going to take me hella long to heal. Because, you know, people take weeks on weeks, sometimes months to heal. They can't do anything. So, but then I said, you know what? I rebuke all those thoughts. Like, I just want him to be safe. So they give me the medicine, the good drugs and stuff like that, where I don't feel anything. And then they finally take me to do the surgery. They put this blue tint up. I can't see anything. They got me monitored, make sure everything's okay. And next thing I know, the Shad comes in there. He has on his scrubs and stuff. And you know, my first thing is like, you got a camera? Because they're doing some stuff, but I can't feel anything. I'm like, where the phone at? And his face is like, you don't feel that? Well, of course, I can't feel anything, but, like, I feel pressure, but clearly they're pulling, tugging, and I see his eyes, and he finally sit down, because I guess it was a bloody show, and he just didn't want to look at that no more. He's like, girl, I think about no phone, like, oh my, you don't, I'm like, I don't feel it, Shad, it's okay, because I'm like, take a picture, like, a video, like, I'm drugged up. I don't feel nothing. So I'm like, where the content? He's like, girl, like, you are like getting pulled. The baby's coming out. And all I hear them say is like, oh my God, look at all that hair. And then it gets quiet. And they come on, Dad, let's cut the umbilical cord. And I'm like, oh my God, I still don't hear it. Where he crying? Why he not crying? Why he not crying? Then all of a sudden I heard it. I'm like, ah. And then the tears, they just start rolling. They're like, oh my God. And I'm just like, what did he look like? Oh my God, let me see. Oh my God, what does he look like? Bring him to me, bring him to me. Shaw brings him to me. I'm looking like, damn, this baby bright as hell. Who this old white baby? But I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. And he got to lay on me for a little bit. So that was sweet. Doctor, because she actually used her phone to take pictures, and they went to go get Shad's phone so he can take pictures, because Shad is so cool, calm, collected. He like cool like a cucumber, but on the inside he's like, ah. And you can tell that because he may be forgetful, because he's like, oh my God, we gotta go, because his brain, he thinking I'm having a vaginal birth. Then all of a sudden all these nurses are in here. Now I'm having to have emergency surgery, so he's getting scared. And so what I found out when they was taking him out, his umbilical cord had wrapped around his throat. So when I was having my contractions, I guess it was tightening up his, because he was already head down. But when I'm having these contractions, I guess trying to push, it was choking him. And this is why his heart rate dropped. So I'm like, thank God for the C-section, because if I kept trying to push him out, I could have easily lost him. So that's why I ended up having a C-section. And, easy breezy. I just remember like my mom, when I finally was done, my mom and Miss Jackie, they were there. So, I was very happy to have my mom there, have Rashad's mom there, because they had been waiting the whole time, because, they had went home, because we're thinking they didn't stop in my cervix. We're going to probably try to get them delivered tomorrow, not knowing that several hours later, maybe like, because they induced me at 3. They prepped me for inducing at 3, and so they didn't know 12 hours later, yeah, girl, this baby's trying to come out of here. So I went out, like, I didn't feel anything. It was very easy. The worst part for me was definitely those contractions. Like, oh my God, to me, it's past the period cramp. Like, that stuff was like, felt somebody was like, with a knife. And then when she was trying to like check my cervix, they kept checking my cervix before it got to the point of an epidural. It literally felt like sandpaper was going up in my vagina and twisting it around trying to touch it. Oh my God, I was squirming. I was about to kick her damn. So yeah, the delivery was a success. Thank you to Dr. Gage for going ahead and getting my baby out of there. He was doing good. 7 pounds, 11.5 ounces. Healthy. He woke up, he had my eyes wide open, looking bright-eyed. And Shad said he only cried because they smacked his little booty, which I didn't know they did that. But well, in my case, at Piedmont Hospital, in my doctor care team, they popped his little butt, and I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, he's alive. And it's so funny because when I first got him, I'm looking at his eyes, I'm looking at his fingers, his toes, like, do we have all 5 and 5, total of 10 phalanges here? Like, I'm like studying it, and it was a beautiful experience. So the delivery, scary, not really scary, because I knew God was in control, but everything that I thought lets me know, you trying to have this birthing plan, all of that went out the window. So you can prepare, but God will throw a curveball.